Happy now. All is now. It's a gift to be in the present. Fresh day signing back in here, putting out my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of analogy and bone Horus. We'll be transiting the 11th house in the sky. Okay? So this is going to be my continuation on the Mercury placements. So my last video was Mercury in Leo. This is going to be Mercury in Virgo. Okay? So what do we know about Mercury? Mercury is your planet of communication, your ability to process thoughts, your ability to write, okay? AKA penmanship, all right? And your planet of communication, okay? So Mercury is actually home in Virgo. Mercury is familiar with Virgo here, okay? So Virgo, okay, is born from the 6th house. 6th house is dealing with health, routine, things you do on a day-to-day basis, right? It's dealing with eating habits, okay? Yeah, house of analysis. It's here to analyze, okay? And Virgo is born from that house. And Virgo is a mutable earth sign that is being ruled by Mercury. Okay, so this would be the feminine side of Mercury. Gemini would be the masculine side of Mercury. Okay, because air just communicates, right? Air just communicates to push out information, and earth communicates to make sense. Okay, so Mercury and Virgo, right? So yeah, when Mercury and Virgo are off the bat, it is communicative. Okay, it's communicative, but like I said, communicating to make sense, right? Right? So it's adaptable, so mutable, okay? So adaptable communication based off of, whatever you can work on, either by yourself, whatever you can work on with other people, or by yourself, thinking, receiving thoughts and ideas, processing thoughts and ideas in the realms of, things you can work on, or things you can schedule, or things you can analyze, So Mercury in Virgo, like I say, is really a placement for, someone, a worker, someone who's whatever, when I use this word work in astrology, as an individual creator, whatever you deem to be work for you in your reality, with this Virgo energy, that's what you will be working on, okay? So the Mercury, in Virgo, it's thinking about work, okay? But what is it that, thinking about work, okay? Thinking about what you can work on, okay? Right? So it could be as simple as working on yourself, okay? So whatever you deem to be work, whatever you perceive to be work, you'll be receiving thoughts and ideas on things you can, whatever, it is you will or deem to be work, okay? So, so like I say, communication, okay, off the bat, okay, is adaptable. So when you communicate with people, you're actually processing the thoughts, you're digesting the thoughts. The thoughts are, you're making sense of the information you're receiving, right? You're making sense of the information you're receiving before you spew it out, as opposed to Gemini, who just communicates, right? They don't necessarily digest it as long as the Earth sign does. Earth gives this information shape and form before pushing the information out. Air just, like I say, communicates, because the air is not practical. The Earth is, okay? So, so it's just like, an analytical mind, okay? An analytical mind, all right? So the Mercury and Virgo, you have all the energy to analyze, okay? Analyze on, you have the ability to look at the details of things. Look at the nitty-gritty of things. Make sure things are clean. Okay, before communicating, you know, let's say with a Mercury and Virgo, your, let's say, communication style is, clean in a sense. Okay, that word clean. Okay, communication style and neat. Okay, perfectionist. Okay, you want to come off when you're communicating. You want to come off as if you actually know. Let's just say, not only know, but let's say using the right terms when necessary. Okay, with the Mercury in Virgo. Okay, using the right terms when necessary. Okay, perfectionist, knowing when to say the right thing. Okay, knowing what you should say when you should say it, with the Mercury in Virgo. Okay, and when you're communicating, So you do have a perfectionist mind. So the Mercury in Virgo, and analyze yourself, the thoughts you receive, analyze the processing of the thoughts and ideas that you receive. And with this being ruled by Mercury, Mercury correlating, with that throat chakra again, so you can come off as communicative, but like I say, again, it's just not as rapid. The communication is not as rapid as the Gemini. It's more slow because the earth signs is more, we process our give our information shape and form. Okay, so like I say, this is the mind of someone who the mind will not be steady unless you have something to work on, unless something you have to work on a day-to-day routine. If you got a routine that you can work on, your mind will be steady. Okay, so your mind will not be steady if you don't got something you're working on. So the Mercury in Virgo, okay, so you do receive thoughts, the thoughts do be racing, so it's just like, and it's almost like with Mercury in Virgo, it's home here, as opposed to, I was thinking about Sun, but it's just almost like, communication will be seen as natural, when you communicate, because this is, like I said, Mercury's home here. So communicating will be seen as natural because this is the natural sign of Mercury. And this is almost like, communicating on that health. So it's just like, you do receive thoughts in the realms of, health, but it's just like, when we're looking at this, it's more in the realms of mental health. Okay, so Mercury in Virgo, right? More likely, your headspace, because you do receive thoughts in abundance. You do receive thoughts in abundance that you can communicate about, right? It's almost like mental health comes first with Mercury in Virgo. Okay, so with Mercury in Virgo, I do recommend meditation for all the signs, but this more than any of the sign. I do recommend meditation, to clear the headspace of thoughts and ideas, right? Because yes, Mercury is home here in Virgo, but because it's home here, wherever a planet is home or natural at, you will have sextiles, aka opportunities of burning yourself out, overdoing it because it's familiar with that placement, right? So for example, let's say I'm familiar with let's say I'm familiar with let's say you're familiar with working out, right? Let's say you're familiar with working out at the gym, right? But because you're familiar with working out, does that mean you will work out every day? No, you have to give the body rest, right? Your muscles, will become sore, right? You will have to give the body some rest before you can go back to the gym. You cannot go to the gym every day of the week, right? So this is the same analogy here. Because you have Mercury in Virgo, right? And this almost go for the Gemini as well, just because you have Mercury where it's home, and the processes of the thoughts can flow, right? You can overdo it, you can overburn yourself. So I do recommend meditation or anything for the headspace, anything to calm the mind, okay? Taking the mind off of work sometimes, right? And not always having your mind on work, all right? I was looking at your opposite sign. So looking at your opposite sign, what you can learn from your opposite sign, right? Pisces, is to, let's say the creativity, the romantics, right? So because you are more left brain, you're more geared towards logics, this is more of a left brain sign, more objective, you could learn from your opposite sign, right? For the Mercury is to be more creativity, right? So maybe drawing, art, that's more right brain, more subjective, getting the creative juices flowing instead of utilizing, the throat chakra all the time, aka, and crown chakra, dealing with that thoughts, you can utilize the sacral, that get that that sacral chakra flowing, the creativity, so here's my interpretation on Mercury in Virgo. First, signing out. Catch you next time.